fucking go! Let's fucking go! Bro, I'm sorry, you guys. I had to get the pre-docs, okay? I had to get the pre-docs. I had to see him myself first. Oh, I'm so fucking excited for you guys, dude. He's just a down-to-earth looking dude, just like me. I mean, he's got his whole... There we go. There we go.
We on, yeah?
Yep, we're golden, bro. We're golden, dude. I'm like,
How's it going, everyone? Usually on it's a little bit of a different, obviously, temperament being on a video rather than being on the space. But yeah, like thank you for having me, Reed Jesus. I really appreciate it, man.
no, dude, I'm so glad to have you here. Of course, there was a little bit of technical difficulty getting us here, but we figured it out. We got it out of the way.
We got there in the end, man. We got there in the end.
Dude, it's another wonderful day here in KRC. It's definitely really nice to have you here. I know it's definitely a bit of a different vibe. It'll be a little bit interesting. You know, we'll kind of play it by ear here, whether or not we get a lot of engagement, people asking questions, things of that nature. But you know, just like I was saying before, it's fantastic to put a face to a name, to have you up here. I've been so curious for the longest now, just to get to know you more. And so, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us and taking a chance on me and my small little stream. We've got our little niche here in KRC. So I'm so glad that you decided to use us as your platform to kind of step out and show the world who you are. So feel free to, take the stage, shill. I'll think of some different things that I do want to ask or that I want to talk about. There's been some stuff that I've kind of been saving for this little bit. So, let the community know, everything about you. Kind of say what you got to say. Tell us about Waddle and everything.
Yeah, so first and foremost, thank you for the platform. Like, I really appreciate it. I didn't want to dox anywhere other than here. I think it's the best place to do it. Your content is one of the greatest in the space for sure. So yeah, no, thank you. But first and foremost, everyone who doesn't know who I am Connor. I am the volunteer dev of Quack and the original dev of the minted, newly minted Waddle. So yeah, we've been at it for about 50 odd days now with Quack, just building it up bit by bit over the last I think it was after the first day, the original dev deserted the project, so we took it on, and yeah, since then we've just been building and building and building. We've got our first exchange now on Biconomy. We're now aiming for a change.finance listing because we want to start going towards the dexes a bit more so. Because as we've seen, obviously, the centralized exchanges haven't really done much for KRC20 yet. But yeah, no, I've been loving it. We've got Beckett on our side, who's obviously, as well as yourself, one of the greatest content creators in the space. Um, so I feel really blessed. I feel like I'm in a great position here, and I feel like we're starting to get primed for a massive takeoff on Quack in particular. And in regards to Waddle, we launched Waddle this Monday on Blockchain Banter Live. And straight away we got to 18% within half an hour, which was absolutely amazing to see. So yeah, we're definitely striving for that 100%, which will eventually basically take Waddle and Quack to the absolute stars. But for people that may not know, so Waddle is going to be the utility token side of Quack. So Quack's going to be the meme. Waddle is going to be the engine. So I think Waddle, it allows me to have a fair crack at the whip with being a dev from the start. And it also allows us to raise funds while also creating a utility in at the same time and getting listings and basically helping both projects. We did bring on two new team members 2 weeks ago now, so that they helped us close the Biconomy listing up, get that all done and dusted. And yeah, now we're just moving on to the next thing. We've got Beckett over at Epcot in Disneyland today. He's meeting Donald Duck, so that's going to be very fun with content wise. So yeah, we've got loads of stuff on the way. Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. I mean, Beckett, he's a crazy guy. Like, the guy's in his 50s, and he's like so devoted to content creation. So it's absolutely unheard of to see people at that age with all this life in them for content creation. Do you know what I mean? So I feel absolutely blessed. He did actually do work for Nacho in the very early days. So yeah, I mean, we've got him from a very good source type of deal. So, but yeah, no, I've known Beckett for over a year now. We initially met in, I don't know if you guys know Archetype. I don't want to give him much screen time, because he's sort of sold his soul. But yeah, I met him in his community, and then we joined another community together. And since then, we've just been building building that relationship, and then obviously things are falling into place with Quack, and it only makes sense that Beckett, jumped on the team and started making content, and yeah, it's great. Every bit of content he makes is absolutely phenomenal. So seeing you two collaborate is only going to lead to one thing really, and that's absolute success. So I look forward to seeing that in the near future. But yeah, so for people that don't really know who I am, my name's Connor. I'm 23 years old and I'm based just next to London in England. Um, so yeah, there's your docs. If you guys want to know any certain information about me, just let me know. After this stream, we're probably going to be making a post of like a picture of me, and just a description of who I am, just to be completely transparent with people because I've got nothing to hide, right? As I said, I'm a volunteer dev of Quack. So, I took it on after it was left. And then with Waddle, that's now my full responsibility as well as Quack because I started it 100%, man, 100%. And as a business, because that's how you have to treat it. You have to come up with ways to raise funds and stuff like that, and that's when the idea of Waddle came up. Because after this economy listing, I don't want to sort of slate them, but it's not really done the project much justice. I've been looking at Cash.fyi today, and without if you take away economy, right, we'd be at a 400k market cap right now because oh, my little duck's fallen down. I'll have to grab him in a minute. But yeah, so Biconomy is actually suppressing our market cap, so it looks like about 76k right now. But it is what it is. But for people that do want to get Quack cheap, I would get it on Biconomy if I was you. But yeah, no, 100% like with raising funds, and that's when the idea for Waddle came out, and yeah, we've got two utilities already prepared for Waddle. We've got a merch store coming out this evening, and we've also got a Quack Explorer, which I'm trying to get my website guy to add to the domain, but for some reason he's having issues with GoDaddy. So we need to get that sorted, but that's also powered by Waddle. We've got many more things on the way utility wise, but obviously at the moment we need to try and get this fully minted out. That's the goal here because getting it fully minted out, we can get the giveaways out the way and give back to the KRC20 community. And then we can start building from there internally with Quack and Waddle, with, dexes, sexes, animations, days out for Beckett, where we can send him halfway across America to some sick duck event, because I know what you Americans are like. You're crazy. You've always got some sort of event going on, right? So I bet there's going to be some sort of duck day somewhere. So, it'd be
You
good to have the opportunity to send Beckett to some of these events.
it's so funny you say that because that is 100% true. I know there's different things that go on around the country as far as different like celebrations and days and things of that nature, but it's definitely something that we can talk about behind the scenes. If I'm not mistaken, over here where I live, out of Chicago, they have like a I'm not sure if it's like a whole duck day kind of thing, but they do like an annual duck race. If I'm not mistaken, in the city because there's a big water.
Yes, so a little bit of alpha that will start to get developed upon full mint of Waddle. We have a very cool idea, which I don't want to reveal too much, but what I will say is I'll give people a clue. So, how do I paint this picture to make it seem like I'm not gonna actually say what the idea is?
That's the
So
hard part.
here we go, right? Okay, so think of crypto banter, right? They have a feature. Okay, I'm not going to say what feature that is, but I want to create that feature tailored to KRC20. So I'm sure some of you can work out what that is. I'll leave that up to you. Um, but in regards to with Waddle, there's a massive giveaway we're doing here. So the initial amount was going to be 50,000 Casper, given away to 10 lucky people, but we're actually upping that to 100,000 Casper now, which is around, I think it might actually be above $15,000 actually. So yeah, and all you have to do is get minting. So jump on the Caspiana website, click Launchpad, click Waddle, and then every batch that you mint will effectively give you one ticket. So the more batches, the more tickets you're going to get. So I thought that would be an amazing incentive. I was going to do a docs after mint, but we've sped it along a little bit because I think, transparency is important. And I think people have a right to know who I am if they're going to be chucking their money into Waddle, you know. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what the future holds. I can see the progress is 18.88% at the moment. I am a bit spiritual, guys, so like I'm into my angel numbers. So I was doing a bit of research on um, 1888, and it's basically a message from the angels to say that like you're on the right track. Keep pushing towards where you're going, and it will succeed. So I know it's going to mint out. And I have a feeling it's going to be a bit of a silly one where it will be like lingering quite at the low amounts for a little while, and then all of a sudden it will just go, and then then the rest is history. But obviously with crypto, everyone's very impatient, right? So it's just trying to keep people patient and keep the updates there for people, and which is why we're going to be releasing our first use case tonight, which is the merch store. Um, so yeah, I mean the merch store is actually active now. I just need to get the domain basically attached to the merch store, but the merch store is going to be called Powered by Waddle, and it's got multiple KRC20 project merch on it. So there's your first use case, guys. But yeah, so yeah.
So I don't know if I might have missed that there a little bit, because I know I'm kind of liable to smoke a little bit too much as I wait to ramble again. Is it gonna be set up as well where you could even potentially use like Quack and or Waddle to purchase merch, or is that something that's kind of still gonna be developed?
Yes, 100%. That's something that's 100% in the pipeline. At the moment, it's obviously going to be through just standard sort of currency at the moment, but
Standard
we are
fiat.
going to be working on a bridge to sort of facilitate that and also allow payments for Waddle and Quack and maybe even Casper as well, just to make it more seamless for people. But it doesn't actually take that much work to get that done. We do have sort of people like Swift in the space who can, sort of streamline that and make it a lot easier rather than talking to this person, that person. So yeah, 100% loads of things are in the pipeline, but obviously the main priority now for us is to get the fully mint out. And the reason I say that is because even after the giveaways are out the way, we're going to be left with a nice pot in the Waddle treasury, which is ultimately going to go towards the Waddle development and Quack development. And that will be around $50,000 worth of Casper at these current levels, right? Let alone when Casper gets its Binance listing and we get a 3-4x straight off the bat from that. So that amount in the treasury is only going to grow, and that will put us in a great position to actually surpass these smaller exchanges that aren't really benefiting the smaller projects, and then we can surpass them and actually get to a bit more respected exchanges, which is what we want. We want to be known as a blue chip token. And that's for both. Yeah, I'd say the latter, and that doesn't mean that we're not going to be going for exchanges because people want exchanges, right? And what the people want is ultimately what they get. However, all you have to do is just go onto Solana and have a look at Dex Screener, and so many tokens on there have absolutely done crazy gains with literally no exchanges whatsoever. So the exchanges that come after the crazy gains from the DEX trading are just an absolute bonus. However, with KRC20, we're getting the exchanges before any of that. So it's almost like a mumble jumbled scenario. And I don't think it's working out as well as a lot of projects would have thought. I mean, Kango with like by themselves, they've sort of forced their way up there, which all the power to them. They've got the money behind them to do so. So keep doing it. But they've steamrolled their way right up there. And as smaller projects, we have to really think about allocating these funds correctly. And at the moment, I would go more towards the DEX functionality, which is obviously like Change Finance, sort of what Caspiano have got going. It's very similar to a DEX, but I'd actually like to set up some sort of petition alongside, all the project heads of KRC20 to send to Casplex and being like, look, we really need this functionality, activated a bit sooner than what's in your pipeline, because I think we're looking at maybe mid next year, but I'm not sure what the time frame is exactly. But the sooner we get the DEX functionality, it's going to be a lot easier to get your access on KRC20 tokens, which will ultimately benefit your bags in the longer term. Yeah, 100%, mate. Like at the end of the day, like we want to be paying peer to peer decentralized. Like when I did all my Solana trading back in the day, it's so seamless just doing the swap on Radium or Jupiter, right? Whereas a centralized exchange, there's a lot of bullshit that you have to overcome. Like nowadays, you've got to do the KYC and you got to deposit and do all this crap, and it's just like it's kind of long, and people like getting things done quick, and dexes allow for that, so the sooner Casplex can get that done, the better. um yeah, I can't wait for that functionality to come. It's gonna act like, I think it's gonna pump a lot more money into the KRC20 ecosystem as it is, which will ultimately obviously help the market cap of Casper as well. But obviously when you think about it, when people are buying these tokens, these KRC20 tokens on exchanges, they're essentially selling them for USD, right? So say they buy it on Casper bot, right, with Casper, the money's in the ecosystem, but then when they send those tokens to an exchange and then sell them for USD, it's like it's not helping the ecosystem at all, and that's not going to help Casper. So I think it's important for people to sort of take a step back and think, right, what's actually going to benefit this ecosystem? And that's 100% going to be DEXs. So yeah, it probably was a bad choice for me going for Biconomy first. Um, but yeah, change finance is definitely next, 100%, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed, completely agreed, man. And it's quite exciting actually when you think about what's to come in the next 5, 6 months. When the Binance listing does come for Casper, how's that gonna react for the KRC20 ecosystem? When all these people start in America, that is, get access to buying Casper, because I know we've seen a Kraken listing, however, it's Casper to USD, not USDT. So that there itself is also a problem. So, it'd be good for when Binance actually list it, and we can start moving forward at a much faster rate, because, as I said, crypto is a very impatient game. So it's tough to keep those community members filled with ambition on the project all the time. But here at Quack, we're definitely striving for that. I think it's definitely a work in progress in it with the whole ecosystem. And I think it all starts with all the project heads working together and, keeping that communal feel despite a lot of new money coming in. Like we've got pumped up fun energy. I think ultimately we're gonna hopefully maintain the temperament that we've had in this space. Um, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to the future. To be honest, really, really looking forward to it. We obviously I've got our targets that we want to reach before Christmas, which is a changed up finance listing for Quack. But yeah, we just got to keep building. As you say, the space is every day. Yeah, just got to keep building those building blocks. It'll all be worth it in 5, 6, 7 months time, but yeah, man, I know you're going to smash it with your project launch and whatnot, and I cannot wait till it releases. I'm going to be there getting ready to mint. It all depends, really, doesn't it? Like what you want to keep the niche. Do you want to keep the niche in sort of the weed type of side? And if so, maybe it would be good to keep that in the name. But it's a tough one. Maybe you might have to chuck the question at AI. It might be able to give you a better answer.
This is true,
I think it's very smart taking that on board to be versatile, not just have your niche as the stoner thing, have that maybe more as an intimate members club type of thing once people are enrolled into the community side, that people may earn that role to join in the token talk sessions, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, 100%. And I actually like the Productive Network name quite a lot, actually. And I think with you behind it, there's only one route, there's only one resolution, and that is top five, 100%. I was just saying that I think you doxing yourself before you've even launched your project is huge. Do you know what I mean? So, you've already shown that transparency. So that's only going to lead to something very good, because even if you look on that first page, I don't think many people on that first page, any of the devs have really doxed apart from Nacho and a couple others. So, we're already separating ourselves from the rest in that regard. So I think it's only a matter of time before that reflects with the market cap and whatnot. And yeah, I think your project is only going to be successful, mate. So I wouldn't be worried. I wouldn't get anxious or anything about it. I'd be super confident because you're going to smash it because you're behind it, you know? I suppose it would have been a good judge point from watching our launch. You know, how does our launch play out with Caspiano? But I heard Change Finance have got a good launch pad, so yeah, maybe just have to do a bit of market research. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. And if you want to find us guys, then just go on X and type in Quack on KRC20. Give us a follow. Check out our spaces. They're happening every day. And yeah, also give Powered by Waddle a follow and give it a mint if you've got any spare change on the side. You know, it's ultimately going to go towards the amazing development of both projects. So yeah, but yeah, going to be making another post on Quack shortly with my picture and stuff like that, just to announce all the doc stuff. And yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure we'll be on another stream again very soon. Nice one, guys. Thank you everyone who's watched, and yeah, all the best. I'll see you later.
Take care. Take care.